Today in the news, there's a lot that's going on as usual, people. We have ICE that arrested nearly 75,000 people with no criminal record during the first 9 months of Trump's presidential. It says more than 1/3 of roughly of 22 million people or immigration customs enforcement arrested, the sources. Also, they're giving out their prayers to several major cities up north having to deal with the intense storm that they'll be facing. Also, Caroline Leavitt, relative, backfired on her, I guess because he was detained by ICE. And just to bring the story out, anything that they can create against Trump's team, calling her to be a mother who doesn't have time for a child. And we know how that goes. It's just particular hearsay and talk. We get that a lot. There are new payment laws coming in March for the stores of New York will no longer be able to be turning shoppers away. They will have to accept money for payment and not charge shoppers extra cash or extra payment for using cash. It's different. Alabama's born CNN reporter has responded to Trump's calling her stupid and nasty. CNN, the chief of the White House correspondent Kathleen Collins, target of one of President Donald Trump's backfires. Social Security, SSI, SSDI benefits will be increasing, and this will take effect. And what recipients should know, and I think we're down to the last final days of making the changes that need to be done. So do your due diligence to make sure you're on target. And like the Democrats and immigrants that receive everything, make sure you get yours. Also, there's a lot of things that are going on. And Americans are in the limelight for what Trump is trying to do to get things better for the American people. And I must say President Trump is definitely for the American people and moving forward. It said the Supreme Court has dealt a major blow to the Trump organization, and they have blocked President Trump from immediately removing Cyrus Paul Mutter from the White House. Casey Grammer calls Trump out to be one of the greatest presidents we've ever had at the Kennedy Center. People, be wise, be alert. I'm pretty sure you've heard the mumbles through the grapevine so far. Like I said, go out and find out to see if your bank is one of the banks. I won't disclose it here on YouTube, but do your due diligence to find out. There's 6 banks that are reclassification, and this will be affecting older customers. You got a young niece, you deal with the bank that you're at. Make sure that they inform you of any new laws and regulations that are coming up. A lot of time our elderly is left behind because we don't know and we don't keep up with the new computer age. Banks across the country, like I said, are reclassifying accounts this year. And the older customers are definitely among that. So please, as I tell the community things, my job is to alert you on things that are happening, food products and so forth. It is your job to dig into it. It's been brought to your attention, so it's nothing new to you or something you should panic about. A lot of things that are going on are happening suddenly, very fast. Every day, people, there's something new that's being presented to us. Not just crime, but our very infrastructure on the way the government is changing things. We got to admit that Biden came in and signed hundreds of executive orders and totally changed things from any president we ever had with the border and so forth, and made sure he made a mess of things, just giving money away for Donald Trump. And what we're doing is trying to straighten that out. 169 passengers panicked today. They escaped a plane after the airport fire caused the cabin to fill up with smoke. And we know that all 169 passengers were able to exit safely. A Russian cosmonaut was removed from the NASA SpaceX mission that was functioning in Florida, and there were disagreements for there, and he was booted from the upcoming NASA space mission, and that happened in Florida today. There are at least 25 people dead, including tourists in a nightclub Inferno, after a blaze went through the building. And the last bit of news that we might be happy to hear about: Democrat was indicted today for $5 million on FEMA fraud and money laundering. One thing I can say that Donald Trump is putting forth the effort, him and his team, to catch all of these people who are committing the crimes against you and I. People, from adding it up in just 10 months, they're billions and billions of dollars that we would have never known about if it wasn't for Elon and X, Trump's news, and actually calling out the fictitious, slandering news channels. So now we're getting fed information that can help us to make good decisions, right decisions, and it's done in black and white. As I said before, people, we need to put one foot in front of the other. Chaos is at its best. Everything is coming at us in ways that is hard to even comprehend. So let's make sure that we investigate things. Watch what we're doing before we do it. It's going to be very important in the near future, as of right now really, that we find the right way to navigate through life. I can't stress it enough. AI, Chat, GPT, all of these programs that are coming. I'm not the savviest person with computers, but I always say open up the book, do your due diligence to understand what's going on around you. We're going to lose, in my opinion, allegedly we're already losing them, hundreds of thousands of jobs. If you haven't prepared yourself for it, learn how to adapt a different system in handling your money. It's going to be a sad day. People, we are at the cuspus, the ridge line of life making a 360 on us. Things are rapidly changing, and as I read and investigate things, you gotta dot your I's, you gotta cross your T's, and most of all, you gotta believe in yourself. Get around people, be around people that are intelligent, where you can pick up things and learn. Because the days of chaos, the days of saying, okay, well, I'll have fun for right now. In 4 or 5 years, I get myself together. We don't have that luxury no more. Things have changed, like I said, drastically. And we're going into a system, people. If we don't get a hold of ourselves, how we handle ourselves mentally, physically, and start, it's never too late, start working on putting away for ourselves. We're going to be lost. And for my people who are remaining at this 3% ruling, of getting wealth. And I've seen a lot when the government was closed down. Y'all actually depend on the government. 100%. And we have so many people that have come to this country and have done that and are doing that. And they have depleted the money tree. Like I told you before, if you got every nation and every nationality taking $1 off the tree, another $1 off the tree, even when it blossoms, we're so busy taking money that we knock the blossoms off. The bees cannot fertilize the tree. So there's no way for fruitage to bear. And what I'm trying to say is, in layman terms, we have stripped the tree of all fruit. And now that we don't have the fruit, it is up to us to cultivate a new way to survive. And you might say to yourself, oh, Reed, what are you talking about? You're just rattling to get content. No. Remember, I'm like Trump. I'm like Elon. I'm not getting paid for this. But I see an urgency that's happening. It's not funny. A lot of us will be left out in the cold and in the rain. What you do now will matter very quickly what happens to you next year, or what happens to you in the next 3-4 months. And if there's no other way I can get it to you, I'm trying. So let's work together. Let's build this channel, because it's all about you. It's all about giving. You may never know when you might have to ask your little community for help. So let's get serious with this, people. Let's get this channel going. And we need to build our own bank, our own way, our own trust. Like I said, in the future here, I'll film it. I don't like putting my business out there, but I want y'all to see I practice what I preach. And we've got angles coming from us in all different type ways. And I really want the people that are riding with me hard, the people that stand with the channel, I love all of you. And I want to see us prosper. And it can be done. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.